The strange thing about fandom culture is that you start recognizing patterns the way sailors recognize weather. A certain cloud appears on the horizon and everyone knows a storm is coming. In the Thai BL world, that storm cloud is often the blue and white statement from GMMTV. If you've been around the fandom long enough, you know the feeling. The moment that image appears on your timeline, something in your stomach drops. It rarely signals celebration. It's usually illness, controversy, a postponed show, or perhaps the most painful announcement for fans, the end of a beloved on-screen partnership. And once again, that familiar statement has appeared. This time, it delivered news that many people simply were not ready for. The long-running partnership between Winny Satang Fulcharoenrat and Satang Kittifop Sirivachayasawat is officially coming to an end. For many fans, the reaction has been pure disbelief. Because this wasn't just another temporary pairing. This was a duo that had quietly become one of the most reliable ships in the company's lineup. For 4 years, they were part of the fabric of the modern BL scene. Their chemistry, their music performances, their public appearances, all of it created the sense of something stable. So when the announcement dropped, the shock was immediate. Usually, when a ship breaks up in the industry, fans start noticing the signs long before the official confirmation arrives. Interactions become rare, joint schedules slowly disappear, social media posts start looking more like polite coworker updates rather than the playful chaos fans are used to. Eventually the writing is on the wall. But this situation didn't follow that script. In fact, the timing makes the entire situation even more puzzling. Just recently, the pair had been scheduled to appear together at a major L'Oreal promotional event. That event, according to the official statement, is still moving forward, but another project tied to them has not survived the announcement. The planned BL series, My Professional Boyfriend, which the two actors had mentioned was expected to begin filming in mid-2026, has now been officially shelved. Even more telling, the pilot trailer that once lived on GMMTV's YouTube channel has already been quietly removed. That small digital disappearance speaks volumes. In the entertainment industry, deleting a trailer is rarely just housekeeping. It signals closure, a door quietly shutting. And yet the most curious question floating around the fandom isn't only about the cancelled show or the future of the actors. It's about a mascot. Yes, Samray. For casual observers this might sound strange, but longtime fans understand how significant that little character became. Winny and Satang were the first GMMTV pair to receive a fully developed mascot tied directly to their brand as a duo. Samray wasn't just a piece of merchandise. He appeared in fan events, promotional materials, and countless bits of content surrounding the pair. In many ways, fans treated him like the symbolic child of the partnership. And now that the partnership itself is ending, fans are wondering what happens to that symbol. Mascots are built around stories. Without the characters who created that story, it becomes difficult to imagine how the mascot continues. So in a strange way, the announcement feels like the closing chapter of an entire miniature universe that fans had built around the pair. To understand why the news feels so heavy, it helps to go back to where everything started. The journey of Winny and Satang began in 2022, when they appeared as a side couple in the enormously popular BL series My School President. They played Win and Sound, an enemies to lovers dynamic that quickly captured viewers' attention. The pairing had a playful tension that worked incredibly well on screen. Their scenes were sharp, funny, and emotionally engaging in ways that made them stand out even among the show's already beloved characters. What started as a supporting storyline quickly turned into one of the most talked about dynamics in the series. Fans noticed the spark immediately. In the strange chemistry lab of television casting, sometimes two actors simply click. It's not something that can be engineered with marketing campaigns or rehearsals. It's the unpredictable human alchemy that happens when personalities collide in the right way. That alchemy pushed the pair into something bigger. Soon they were recognized as an official fixed pairing under GMMTV, a milestone that signaled the company saw long-term potential in them. But they didn't stay confined to a single type of role. In 2024, they returned together in another project, the series We Are. This time their characters, Hugh and Toei, showed a slightly different dynamic. one that many viewers felt had a more mature emotional tone. The playful rivalry of their earlier roles evolved into something deeper. That versatility helped strengthen their image as a reliable duo within the company's roster. By 2025, they had reached a milestone that every rising BL pairing hopes for, their own lead series. For a ship that began as a side couple, that moment represented a full transformation. They had climbed the ladder from supporting characters to leading men in a genre built almost entirely around chemistry between two performers. Along the way, they also built a reputation beyond acting. Both Winny and Satang are strong vocalists, and their contributions to drama soundtracks became another pillar of their popularity. Fans often joked that the pair could switch careers entirely and become a music duo if they wanted to. Their OST performances were not just promotional extras, they were genuinely good. That musical side added another layer to their appeal, turning them into one of GMMTV's most well-rounded partnerships. Which is exactly why the announcement feels so sudden. 4 years may not sound like a long time in the grand scale of entertainment history. But in the fast-moving world of Thai BL, 4 years is practically an era. Series trends change, actors rise and fade, new pairings appear every season. Yet through all of that movement, Winny and Satang remained a steady presence. So when a partnership like that ends, it doesn't just feel like a scheduling decision. It feels like the closing of a chapter. Interestingly, some fans believe the timing of the announcement is not random at all. There is another event looming on the calendar, LOL Fan Fest. For those unfamiliar, this massive concert-style gathering is one of GMMTV's biggest yearly events. It brings together the company's actors, musical performances, and fan interactions into one giant celebration of their roster. And historically, these events have sometimes forced the company to address uncomfortable realities. If we rewind the timeline a little, there's a pattern. The separation of Om Pawat Chitsawangdi and Nanan Korapat Kirtpan, one of the most famous BL pairings in recent years, was widely understood long before the official confirmation arrived. Their partnership had effectively faded by 2023, yet the formal announcement only came much later. Why the delay? Entertainment companies often try to manage transitions quietly. Publicly ending a popular ship can create emotional backlash from fans, and sometimes management prefers to wait until a strategic moment to clarify things. Other partnerships followed similar patterns. Rumors circulate, fans speculate, schedules change, and eventually a formal statement appears once circumstances make silence impossible. Events like large fan festivals can create exactly that kind of pressure. Because when a massive lineup announcement arrives, fans immediately notice who is missing. So from a strategic perspective, making the announcement now may simply clear the runway for future promotions. Rip the bandage off, as the saying goes. That way, the next round of announcements can move forward without the constant question hanging in the air. Of course, outside observers can only speculate. The entertainment industry is a complicated ecosystem of contracts, schedules, creative decisions, and personal goals. What looks like a sudden shift from the outside may actually be the result of months, or even years, of internal conversations. And fans, understandably, want explanations. But there's a quiet wisdom in recognizing that not every answer belongs to the public. Actors are not just characters in a long-running narrative. They're people navigating careers, friendships, and personal growth. Sometimes partnerships evolve, sometimes they end, and sometimes the healthiest thing a fandom can do is allow space for that change without turning it into a courtroom drama on social media. That doesn't make the moment less emotional. For many fans, Winny and Satang represented a particular era of BL storytelling. Their rise coincided with a period when the genre was expanding rapidly, experimenting with new stories, new formats, and new kinds of characters. They were part of that wave. And waves, by nature, eventually break and roll back into the sea. But here's the interesting twist about the entertainment universe: endings are rarely true endings, they are transitions. Actors move into new partnerships, new roles, new creative directions. A performer who once defined a ship can suddenly reveal completely different sides of their craft in another project. In the long run, that evolution often benefits both the actors and the audience. The BL industry thrives on reinvention. New dynamics emerge. Unexpected pairings surprise viewers. Genres blend together in ways no one predicted a few years earlier. So while this announcement may feel like a farewell to something familiar, it may also be the beginning of entirely new chapters for both Winny and Satang. Stories, after all, rarely end where we think they will. They simply change direction, like a plot twist arriving halfway through a season. And somewhere out there in the writing rooms and casting offices of Bangkok, the next unexpected pairing is probably already being planned. The BL universe keeps expanding, one strange and beautiful storyline at a time.